Mailing motivated sellers. This is a strategy that is extremely effective and also extremely expensive. It's one of the most expensive forms of marketing as a real estate investor. When you're looking for a seller, the reason we mail them is because we know for sure they're in that home. And if they're not in that home, if this is a rental property for them, they're an absentee landlord, we know for sure where they live, or at least where their main mailing address is. These are all public records, so very easy to pull this information. This is why mailing is so effective. Typically, when you send out a mailer, within 3 days of that mailer landing, you're getting phone calls. Those phone calls, they're not the first wave, are not always the best wave. Sometimes after you've mailed something the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth time, that's when you're finally going to get the callback. So to be an effective mailing campaign, you must prepare for 6 individual mailers. So a good campaign strategy would be to start with your first mailer goes out, 3 days later another mailer goes out, a week later another mailer goes out, then you space 2 weeks, another mailer goes out, then you space another 2 weeks, and you space a month. So you've gotten out 6 mailers in a short period of time, spreading it out evenly. Those first 6 mailers are going to be your most effective. After that, you get diminished returns. But understand, you have to still do those large amounts of mailers, because if you just send one mailer out, you're not getting the people who would have taken you seriously after 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So mailing campaigns, I typically suggest you start with a lot smaller list, a 200 to 300 person list, and mail them 6 times. Budget for that. At the time of this recording, mailers typically cost us between 50 cents to $1 to send out. So if you're assuming you're going to send out 200 mailers for 50 cents, $100, and you're going to send out 6 times at the $600 budget. If you increase that to 400, a list of 400, now your budget has to be $1,200. Many people will go and build a list of 1,000 or 1,200 people, and then spend that $1,200 or spend that $600 to mail a list one time. And they think that they've been effective. When in reality, you're better off with a smaller, more condensed list, drive the area, make sure you know exactly the property types that you want, and then mail on those. Be effective, do it right.